Okay guys, so it's been 1 year since my channel started up, so just for you as a 1 year special, we're going to do a PTTP top 10 countdown, starting with number 10 coming for you right now. Enjoy. Yeah, there you go, some more police parking there. Oh yeah, hi there. I'm just making a video.
Yes. Why?
I'm just recording around the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a public building, no?
It is a public building.
Yeah.
But obviously it's sensitive as well because it's a police station.
I understand that. Yeah. But it's a matter of public interest paid by the public, so I'm just going to take a step back so I can actually see you on the camera. So you can see I've got a mask on. But yeah, it's a public building, matter of public interest. We pay for it with our taxes. As a member of the public, I have every right to come and record it. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm just asking.
As I said, I've just been walking around, making a little tour of the city, giving people information on what's what, where's where. So you see that van there is actually parked on double yellow lines. I know it's past the boundary. That's double yellow lines there, no?
It doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just saying it's actually public property. It's owned by the public, but I understand it's beyond. I understand it's beyond. But can you keep not stepping towards me? I've asked. I want to keep distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask your name and collar number?
My collar number is 340.
340. Again, you're stepping towards me, and I'm asking you not to. I'm just trying to keep distance. I'm having a conversation.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I'm asking reasonable questions of you, aren't I?
And I'm answering them. Yes.
But you can understand my sensitivity about you filming the police station.
Well,
the man that you are.
I'm just walking around making a video of the city. It's my right to do so.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm doing.
Arguing that.
Well, there you go.
But you seem to be spending particular attention on this police station. I'm wondering what the purpose is. What is the purpose of this video?
I'm just wandering around making some video.
Okay.
That's all.
Right.
So, am I detained?
No, you're not detained.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
But you are currently on police station property. So
I believe this is a public sidewalk.
it's not. That is a public sidewalk. This is the curtilage of the police station.
There are no signs here saying
there
trespassing or private property. So this is actually public access. You have a barrier just there. Beyond that, I wouldn't go beyond that. That is restricted.
The police station right
I understand.
now.
Okay, again, you're stepping very close towards me, and I'm asking you.
Back to the sidewalk. Then,
I will step where I like. I am within my rights to step here. I can step right up to that boundary if I'd like to do that.
No, you can't.
I absolutely can. It's publicly accessible property, paid by the public, and I'm well within my rights to do so.
I think you've got your rights slightly skewed.
Absolutely not. So I don't know what this car park is here, but oh, that's private. Oh, that's part of the constabulary as well, so that's not open to the public to park there. There is a lot of car parks in and around Cambridge, as I said, you know, parking on the street is very difficult in Cambridge. But yeah, so you can't park in that one. But yeah, you see that officer obviously did not like me standing there recording the police station. Kept approaching within my personal space, even though I asked him not to. Very unprofessional. But yeah, so but yeah, it's very good parking here in Cambridge for the police station. Actually, much better than I've seen in other places. So yeah. Oh, sorry, officer. Officer, would you mind just picking up your cigarette butt that you've just thrown? That's actually littering. I have your collar number. I'll just report it to the local council. Absolutely fine. If you saw me doing that, would you issue me a ticket, officer? I'm sure you would. That's actually littering. You've thrown your cigarette butt and walked away from it. That's called the walk of shame, that is. You're dismissed. Goodbye. Yeah, so as you can see, obviously didn't like that. I've actually been fined for throwing a cigarette butt before, which is why I brought it up with him. There we go. Evening. Good, thank you. Yourselves?
Yeah, can I help at all?
I'm okay, thank you.
So are you filming at the moment?
I am, yes.
Yeah, is there a reason for it?
Just making a little tour guide of the city. Just saw the police station. I've seen some poor police parking on the way down here, which I stopped and took video of that. Interacted with the officers. They were actually parked on double yellows, so I waited around for them for 45 minutes. It took them to come back to the vehicle. It was unattended. On double yellows near a bridge in the dark. So yeah, I just I was just walking around. Saw that. When they came, they said they were attending an incident.
Sorry, can I just ask you just to stop filming at the moment so you're not filming me?
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm okay, thank you. No, are you police officers?
Pardon?
Are you police officers?
I'm sorry, we don't give out information like that, I'm afraid.
So you're not police officers, or you are?
I said I'm not giving out information.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
What I'll do is I'll just run up and grab the sergeant. He can come down and just have a chat with you.
If that's what you'd like to do. Am I being detained? Sorry?
Sorry?
Am I being detained?
Sorry?
Am I being detained?
I don't know what's giving you that impression.
No, because you said you're going to get a sergeant, so I didn't know if I lawfully had to wait here. Okay, that's fine. I'll be around somewhere. Thank you. Yeah, not bad.
How you doing?
Not bad. So?
Good, yeah, not bad.
It's cold. Cold and wet. These paving slabs are really slippery to walk on. I don't know if I've just got something on the bottom of my shoe.
Yeah, I mean, mine.
But they are.
Really slippy as well.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
So all it is, mate, is obviously you're filming the front gate of a police station, and literally directly where the keypad is, where our officers are putting their codes in.
Right.
And for us, it's just a bit suspicious, and also a little bit of kind of a terrorist threat as well. I'm not saying anything, but it is.
It's a possibility, isn't it?
It's a possibility, isn't it? And it's
Very low possibility.
It's something that we need to kind of challenge.
Very low possibility.
Yeah.
It's also a possibility that we might get 40-degree weather today, but it's highly unlikely.
I get what you're saying.
If you called us, we call if you were just having a...
I'm just being as reasonable as you're being. You know.
From our point of view, we just want to understand your intentions and why, obviously, you were filming.
That's fine. I appreciate
So
that.
what would that be?
Unfortunately, I don't answer questions.
No, is it for like a YouTube channel? Is it for like auditing or something like that?
Again, I don't answer questions, buddy.
What, a 19?
We'll come back to them.
Well, if I come back to you, Scott Mills.
So obviously in this climate...
Yeah?
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't actually want to engage with you. That's why I walked away and stopped engaging.
Still engage with you as
You
well.
can, but I can also just ignore you. So don't just say, sir, like I have to stand around and talk to you.
I'll get that.
Okay.
You may or may not want to listen, so we can engage with you as well. To this day and age, unfortunately, there isn't a real terrorism threat, which is why there's bollards here, so people don't come driving.
What's the current terrorist threat level?
I think it's kind of just in the middle, of
It's substantial.
Yeah, so
That's what it is at the moment.
attack is not likely, but it's not unlikely.
Okay. Do you know, since this new system of substantial, severe, and that, substantial is the lowest it's ever been.
Okay. No,
It's never been lower than that, so that's like the baseline. So don't throw around words like terrorism when it's the... No, I can't. No, I can't. I know what you're going to say, and no, I can't.
The keypad to the entrance of the police station is a bit suspicious.
So you're making an assumption of what I'm filming here, aren't you?
You're
You
very
are?
close to the keypad,
Well,
aren't you?
I said when I got there, are you filming? And you said yes.
Yes, but you're assuming that I'm filming the keypad.
That's the way your camera was angled.
You can see my screen from where you were sat in your car, can you? You can see what my camera was
where
on.
the
You can
camera
see how
was
zoomed in I was. Maybe I was zoomed in on
Where
you,
the
maybe I was
camera
zoomed in on your front wheel.
Where the camera was positioned, it looked like you were filming. All you want to do is speak to you, engage with you, see number one why you're filming, and obviously how long you're
Maybe we
going to
can
be
assist you, I don't know.
I don't need any assistance, thank you. Your services are not required.
Would you like to give us your name and details?
Can you give me yours?
Yeah, PCY 2420 Alpha Whiskey.
Thank you. And you, sir?
PC Harden, 2968.
2968 Alpha Whiskey. You both based here, are you?
Yes, we are. So would you like to give us your details too?
No, absolutely not.
I didn't think you would.
Why would I?
That's all it is, mate. It's
We've given you
understanding.
our details.
Yeah, but you're obliged to because you're engaging with me as a police officer, aren't you, as a constable? So you're obliged to. A member of the public's not obliged to give you
and
anything.
we can engage with you just as equally.
Yeah, absolutely, of course you can. But again, I've already told you that I don't want to be engaged with. I would consider this now harassment. I've walked away from you.
Okay.
You followed me to continue with engaging with
Harassment,
me.
the course of conduct times 2. So you know what harassment is?
I do, absolutely. Course of conduct to convince a member of the public to disengage from a lawful activity or engage in an activity that they're not lawfully obliged to do.
So,
and it's been on more than one occasion. I've told you I don't want to engage. You followed me. I did move away from you. You followed me to continue this conduct. So yes, I would now say that this is harassment at this point.
all it is for us is just it's a bit suspicious, and we want to find out obviously why you're filming. That's
you know what I find?
I understand people make YouTube channels, people are auditors, you have a right to film in public.
Can I tell you what I find suspicious? Right. A silent fart after curry night.
Sorry?
A silent fart after curry night. That's what I find. That's what I find suspicious. It's about suspicious as what this is. So.
Do you intend to be here long?
As long as I want to be. Absolutely.
Well, we'll go and speak to the relevant people, alright?
Okay,
it just might be, mate, because of obviously it looks a little bit suspicious, it might just continue to get stopped.
And I'll tell them exactly the same thing.
Aggro, that's all.
Not cause be any aggro. Did either of you turn your body cameras on when you approached?
Yeah,
it is on, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
You film us, we can film you.
I'm not saying you can't, absolutely you can. It's everybody's right to film in public, not a problem. Can I just ask why you didn't follow your policies and notify a member of the public when you started recording them? According to the Home Office, according to the MPS.
I'm not sure if you are aware of all the policies.
Would you like me to bring it up on my phone, miss? I will read it to
you. Are you referring to Google?
No, it's the MPS.
When it's practicable, yes.
And when has it not been practicable in this situation?
It's a bit of a threat that you're stood in the entrance of the
So you can't approach with, good afternoon, we want to talk to you, just let you know you're being recorded.
Is to find out why you're filming, try and engage the police station.
Look, the only time
you haven't told us why.
The only time it is excusable for you not to announce it is if you're going into a situation and it's straight away you're going hands on to detain or arrest somebody. Otherwise you can't, there's no reason. I'm sorry, I will literally bring this up for you and I will read it for you verbatim and I'll show you the document.
I'm not going to have conversation on stuff that I don't think is applicable, right?
Why is it not applicable?
Security staff, they have body worn, so do we.
Yep. The Metropolitan Police, updated September 2020. It's the most recent document.
You seem very invested.
It's the most recent document. This paragraph here, all right? I'm going to let you read it with me. This one here. Body-worn video is an overt system and should not be used for covert recording other than in exceptional circumstances and where the necessary authorities have been granted.
And this is not an exceptional circumstance.
No, let me finish. Okay? As body-worn video is overt recording, officers must declare wherever possible when they are commencing audio and visual recording during each and every encounter. So again, because you haven't come out and you haven't grabbed me, you're not detaining me or arresting me, there is absolutely no reason, no excuse for not starting the conversation. You've said a lot of things during this conversation and you're telling me not one of those things could have been, by the way, sir, you're being recorded. Not one of them.
No, sir, whenever possible.
Yes. And again, when was that not possible? Yeah, so again, when was that not possible?
Like I said earlier, my priority was to speak to you first, to establish why you're filming the
And whilst you're speaking to me, again, you said a lot of things during this conversation. Why could not one of those things be, by the way, you're being recorded? Why not?
Like I said, my first thing to do, we're just going to go around in circles, aren't we?
Yeah, because your excuse is absolute bullshit, and you know it.
Well, don't swear
it's not an offence. It's absolutely not. It's an offence to swear at somebody, to cause abuse, threatening, or insulting. No, it's not. You can swear as part of your general vocabulary. Go take it up with Lord Justice Bean, who's already ruled on this in the highest court of this country. You cannot overrule that.
When it's directed at somebody.
And I didn't direct it.
Section 5 is out to anybody. When somebody else can feel
if
harassment, alarm,
if it's abusive, threatening, or insulting has been removed from Section 5. If it's threatening or abusive, saying something is bullshit is not threatening or abusive. It's just saying something is bullshit. That's part of your. That's part. No. That's part of your general vernacular, and it's been ruled on by the highest court of this country. So try another one. I will say everything's bullshit if everything is bullshit. Because everything is bullshit that's coming out of your mouth.
I get the idea now.
Yeah, you get it? I'm going to continue to say
obviously, I get the idea of your intentions. Clearly, just trying to wind us up.
No, you're winding me up by saying that I can't do something that I can do.
When we came
What have I
out,
said that you can't do?
You just said I can't swear when I can.
Okay, when we've come out to talk to you, I think we've been very polite. We've just said, look, we've come to have a
and I told you that I don't want to engage with you, and then you've continued to harass me.
Not initially.
Not initially, but you agreed that I have told you that I don't want to engage with you, and then you followed me, and you have continued to engage with me, and now you're saying that I can't do something that I'm legally entitled to do. and you're trying to say that it's an offence when it's not.
We can also talk to people. We're not harassing you. We're having a conversation with you.
And so if I walk up to somebody and they say they don't want to talk to me, then I follow them and try to talk to them again and repeat this behaviour, I wouldn't be arrested for harassment if they reported it? Of course I would. Right. Again, I will repeat, your services are not required. Please leave me alone.
We've also got a duty to protect the public and our police building as well.
You've also got a duty under your oath to uphold the rights of the people of this country, which is what I'm exercising right now, isn't it?
Let's just go and have
Yeah, good idea. Just go.
Yeah, well, like I said, don't be, mate,
Just go.
don't be surprised if you just get challenged.
Okay. Just to let you know, as a heads up, you will be getting IOPC complaints for your body worn video because you're obviously not aware and you refuse to acknowledge the fact that you need to notify.
Take care, mate.
All right, goodbye.
Can you please stop filming? Oh, that's it.
Hello? What do you mean? Pardon?
You have ID?
My ID?
Yeah.
What do you need ID for?
Because you're filming inside the police station and I don't know you.
I don't know you either. Who are you?
Right. Why are you filming?
Sorry, who are you?
My name's DC Long, I work here.
DC Long. Have you got your warrant card, DC Long?
Yes, I do have my warrant card.
Lovely. Claire Long, 5408, thank you. And
Lovely.
yourself, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm 845.
And your rank? Your DC as
Detective
well.
Constable,
845,
yeah.
thank you, appreciate it.
Who are
Right,
you?
so
Pardon?
who are you?
I'm a private citizen.
Right, obviously you are.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
Well, what's my name important for?
Because you're filming inside the police station. We are obviously at high risk of terrorism and things like that. So
How are you at high risk of terrorism?
we are as a country at the moment.
Are we?
aren't Yeah, we are.
What are we at
absolutely.
now? What's the threat level on terrorism?
Substantial.
And when was the last time it was lower than substantial?
Listen.
Exactly. It hasn't been
Listen.
lower than substantial since it was first posted on the website.
Right, okay.
On the
So
on the
why are
MI5
you
website.
filming
So it's never
inside the
been
police-
lower.
Why are you filming
Let me finish what I'm
inside the police
saying. Let me finish what I'm
station?
saying. It's never been lower than substantial. So that's like the
Right,
baseline.
okay.
So saying that it's heightened is untrue.
Right, okay.
But yeah. How you doing, guys?
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, not bad.
Can we leave
Well, I
your
was.
gents?
I was alright, and then.
Right, okay.
You guys. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he was using the mobile phone,
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
inside.
You're gonna love it when I get the
car
drone
park,
over in a
etc.
minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah. Not bad.
Good.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
We'll just let them.
Instead of letting them go, why don't you do it in their presence and say that I'm doing nothing wrong while they're here, so then they learn?
Well,
That's probably the best way to
Yeah,
go about it,
yeah.
isn't it? Because now they're going to go away and they're going to think that you're going to move me on, which isn't going to happen.
no.
So you should really do it in front of them and say to them, look, he's not doing anything wrong, and you should educate them, use the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll get there. I know.
But
Alright. So that's good. Oh, it's all going on. Everyone's coming back.
yeah. Well, it's just been an arrest down the road, but I don't think it was
Yeah,
any of
yeah.
that lot. No.
Alright.
Yeah. How you doing today, mate? Sorry.
All
Hi.
good.
Yes, good.
Yeah, I better get back in, got stuff to do. But
Yeah.
you know the job. I don't
Yeah.
need to tell you, do I?
No. I said just gonna get some shots, do what I do. I'm gonna get the drone over.
Yeah.
And yeah, finish up with that really. But yeah, I really think you should just said that in front of them, because
Yeah.
now they're going to go away, and next time this happens, you're going to get the same response from them instead
Yeah.
of this response, which
Yeah.
is a much better response, isn't it?
What did they say?
They just came out and started trying to demand my ID. They hadn't identified who they were at this point, and started throwing around terrorism and stuff like that. They obviously haven't read the memo from the MPCC. You guys seem a lot more clued up on what's going on here. This is a lot more of a reasonable reaction. But as I was saying to 709 here, I feel like instead of letting them go and then us having this conversation, he could have said this in front of them, so that next time this happens, they're aware and they don't react like that in another time.
When we go through, if we catch up with them,
Yeah,
we'll have a quick chat.
that would be great.
Obviously, you know how easy these things escalate. So it's kind of trying to avoid. I think that's what we were thinking. Is just like they're not going to get it. So let's just let everyone kind of disappear. And
it's, I mean, as soon as they start throwing around terrorism, I was like, here we go, I'm going to end up in handcuffs here, and I. But 213. So
yeah, 213. Did you need anything from us at all? You just
no. Just I don't know if you guys know about the arrest that's happened down the road. Yeah. Do you know they've been here to be booked in?
Yeah, so are you familiar with our new custody suite?
Last time I was here, it was having the fire extinguishers installed and it wasn't open yet.
It is open now.
It's open now, yeah.
The old one's now redundant.
Yeah.
So if you go back out on the main road to the right,
you can go up around that way.
Yeah,
that's where I went last time. And I'll tell you what, last time the door was wide open, obviously it wasn't functional. But I was like, I could be cheeky and just walk around the building. But I said, nah, I'll leave it.
Yeah, I think that would have been, if they were doing the extinguishers, they'd have had people in and out.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they'd have popped open for the extinguishers and that, which is fair. So I thought, no, I won't be that cheeky. But yeah, but that's all good. I'm glad you guys are a lot more reasonable than I think it was about just over a year ago now. Somebody else came in, he like literally got tackled to the ground, thrown around, and the terrorism and that. It was bad. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen it.
No, I think.
Yeah,
we've had a few visits now.
I think that was before we had all this fencing, and I think he was walking around that area maybe. But even then, like, it's trespassing, and there's no need to be throwing somebody to the ground. And you know, he wasn't like he was like me. He's not being aggressive towards you or nothing. Just don't want to give you his information, which you don't have to. And that was
I think nowadays most officers are familiar with auditors and
exactly, pretty much.
There's a few that aren't clued up, I guess.
Yeah. You guys obviously know about drones and that, then we're not going to have any issues with me flying a drone over.
We'll just update the control room, say we've had a chat with you. We'll say you're planning on putting the drone up.
Sure. Have you got drone specialists based here?
Sometimes.
We've
got like the operational support group who are normally up in Cambs.
Up where?
In Cambridgeshire.
Yeah, but whereabouts in Cambridgeshire?
I'll tell you that.
Well, no, I was just thinking how long it's going to take them to get here, because I probably won't be here that long.
No, so normally they're based from there,
okay.
But sometimes we will have drone pilots here that might have a drone on board, or our community officers, some of them also train to use drones. I don't know if there's anyone here today that is. But yeah, we'll let them know, and if for any reason there's an issue why you can't do that, we'll get someone to come out and have a chat.
Alright, fair enough, but yeah, no worries.
Alright, I'll leave you to it.
Cheers guys, take care, have a good one.
And you.
By the way, it's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, what model is that one? I'm looking to upgrade.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to upgrade. I'm on a 125 at the moment.
Yeah.
And by the way, you just blocked somebody coming in. Just be careful of where you park your bike. He was literally trying to come in. All right, but yeah, so next time I'd recommend.
Because I want to make sure.
Yeah, I understand that. But obviously, you can pull over safely to the side and do so.
What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge.
Oh,
of this
chief superintendent. Oh, okay, lovely.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come on,
we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I certainly do if they're counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay,
but I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
Sir, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here?
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen, can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing? Yeah. I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen,
and that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got. I will not say now. I do not consent to any searches. I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting,
right?
Obviously, you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you? Sorry,
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey, that's a cool name. I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243501.
243501. Thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry.
Mate, listen.
Sorry,
instead of being obstructive.
No, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant information.
Just listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
You don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you've given me a warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you grab one of the uniform logos?
Yeah. And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. Am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniforms. Who are equipped to everything to do with you.
Okay, so I'm not detained?
Not at this precise moment.
Okay, not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo, okay? This memo is a key piece of evidence in court on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in the
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police
No,
vehicles...
but the memo clearly states that filming outside a police station is not enough grounds for a Section 43 search. Okay, and that is the key point of evidence that will win me this lawsuit.
You're not filming outside a police station. You're filming. You've told a colleague you're filming vehicles. That's capturing
marked
data
vehicles.
And things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes, we pay for them. They're not secret information.
We can also search
they're not secret.
to look into that.
No. You have to have grounds to search me.
Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have objection. So do you suspect me being a terrorist?
You're also filming people police officers coming out who are not who are not wearing uniform.
No. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited. So,
right, and do you know that I was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough for me to look into.
It's not. That's filming in public.
Look, we can debate this all day.
It's not a debate. The memo clearly says it, and the fact that I've made you aware of this memo is going to win me the lawsuit.
Look, that's absolutely fine.
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's fact. I've already got one lawsuit against the MPS for this exact reason.
Well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay. Is anyone available?
We're just going to ask a question if someone pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. I might just go. But
that's within your gift, right?
Well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me, you're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me. So clearly you suspect me of being a terrorist.
We'd be more comfortable doing a search when we've got body worn footage as well, alright?
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here? You're just going to wait? At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist? As you're saying you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspect me of being a terrorist, you would be physically detaining me, wouldn't you?
You're being provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying to reason with you, Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk, you keep cutting in.
You interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fine.
But it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. Do you know you used to have Section 44?
I'm not abusing.
You don't have to talk. You don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief Superintendent?
Why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You've just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
We want to make sure officers are safe, so we want to take...
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you. And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary matters.
We're going to wait till the uniform. I think we've both said our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece, actually.
You're free to talk.
I know I'm free to talk. I have rights. You don't have to respond. You've said multiple times you're not going to continue engaging, yet you do. As I said, I've made you aware of the memo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're refusing to even look it up. I've made you aware, and neither of you are making any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo, to double-check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights. No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything.
You could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and what was it, Sergeant McKinsky? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaint to the IOPC.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely. I will not be bullied by a threat of a search from exercising my right. You know we have human rights in this country. Do you remember your oath? Do either of you remember your oath? No, I doubt that you do you?
We're not going to do this.
You don't have to, but I can still talk and I can still ask questions. Okay. Neither of you remember your oath. You swore an oath to the Crown of this country to uphold the human rights of the people. I have an Article 10 right to exercise my freedom of expression. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't have the right to film police officers.
I absolutely do. Anywhere in a public place, yes, I do. So you're going to come. You're going to come and get a uniform to come with a body-worn camera who has the right to record me, but I don't have the right to record you.
Recording us?
Yeah, but she just said I don't have the right to. Which I absolutely... You just said you don't have the right to record police officers.
You've raised our suspicion. suspicions that
Well, you're raising my suspicions right now of absolute tyrannical constables, and it's disgusting that it's a superintendent and an inspector. Absolutely despicable.
Okay, no problem.
You keep saying no problem, but it is a huge problem. A huge, huge, huge problem. Oh yeah. Pardon?
Are you doing a news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw this PC was idling up there, and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So yeah, just waiting for. Oh my days! Hang on, so we got an inspector, a PC,
Yeah.
PC, inspector. So we got 4 police officers for a man with a camera. Well, sorry, it's quite intimidating, isn't it, having 4 people come out?
There's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but
so I'm just wondering what your purpose
but it's quite
is.
intimidating having 4 officers come out and accost somebody with a camera.
You're here on police premises.
Yeah, but
so
like 4
we need
people.
to
Really?
establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Okay, it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. But I'm not here to. I'm not.
Doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
Not particularly. No, just want to have a look around. That's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there. So I was just wondering.
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around there at all. I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorised access. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there, that you've got some footage. You've got enough, there's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out. But so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out, see if I can get one on blue lights.
You didn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
Well, they shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that
you have
concerned.
no business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying that I can't go further than this, or is the signage there saying I can't go further than there? My personal use, public interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced that it was your private vehicle, nobody would ever have known.
I'm telling you it is. So
no, you are doing now.
Yeah,
well, I'm not going to. It's in a public area.
In which case, you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the peace, because
How am I breaching the peace? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You already have enough footage, so I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
You're creating these officers aren't able to get on with their policing
I'm
duty.
not stopping them.
There are individuals, as I was, getting on with a matter that's of concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern. So
okay.
I'd like you to leave.
Well, you're concerned. Do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like you to leave.
Do you police by do you police by what the law is, or do you police by?
The officers to take you away, because you are not.
Am I in a public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be having that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able
I can
to
be.
film this.
Do you know you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK?
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
So there you go. So if I can film it.
Let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which is
Sure.
a public place, repairable at public expense,
Sure.
then you film into my window. Is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space. Is that permitted?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Of course it is.
So you can stand on my road and film me in my home, can you?
If your curtains are open, then legally, yes, I can.
So
if I continue to do it repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only, to come and get some footage that I want to get.
Footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No, you don't put a time. You don't put a time limit on my rights.
I do put a time limit on you, and I'm telling you.
Do you know what Article 10 is of the Human Rights Act?
You are causing me me, personally, harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much higher threshold.
To leave and then you're going to go.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Arrest me?
Yes,
you're going to arrest me? You'll be hearing from my solicitors and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands. Arrest me for what are you going to arrest me for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
Public nuisance?
Yeah.
So under the new legislation that came with public... So
you've got your opportunity to film.
So
I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any of the police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
you don't put a time limit on my rights. No, I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you. Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern because you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford. Good. Pardon?
Can I help?
No, you're okay, thank you.
You have to have permission to take photographs or film.
I have permission, thank you.
Yeah, who do you have permission from?
Pardon?
Who do you have permission from?
The person I need to get permission from.
Okay. Can you tell me their details?
Sure. The starts with Article 10, finishes with the Human Rights Act.
No, okay, we'll have to ask you to leave, please.
I'm on a publicly accessible area.
No, have you seen all the signs that say...
Yeah, beyond this point, and do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so this is actually part of the publicly accessible area. So if you want to follow your own signs, we'll follow your signs, and that's fine, and I'll stand here and carry on doing what I'm doing. Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't want to tell you.
Hey, exactly, there you go. You're going to try and give me orders, you don't even want to identify who you are.
Come with me.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You can go have a look.
Enjoy taking pictures.
I will, thank you.
In fact, because you don't want to give me details, I think you possibly pose a terrorist risk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then
you're going to seize this?
Yeah. And then
why?
Because I think you might be doing something like terrorist.
So, do you know the memo by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So what I'll do, if I take that, and then I'll review that, and then if there's anything...
how about I show you the footage now?
Okay.
I've been here 5 minutes, alright, so I don't want you to see this, my only phone. Terrorism for public photography.
Hang on. I spoke to you, yeah? You said, I've got permission, and I said, who from? And then you didn't give me the details, so I immediately...
I did give you details.
No, you didn't. You said...
Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, yes. Freedom of expression, freedom of the press.
So then I think...
Do you know what that means?
What's that guy doing?
Do you know the oath that you took to uphold your oath?
So I think, what's that guy doing? That's a bit odd.
So you're incriminating my right to silence and my right to privacy, is what you're saying?
I'm making sure that you're up to no good.
You're making sure that I'm up to no good?
Yeah.
You mean you're making sure that I'm not up to no good?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to find something. You're trying to make sure that I'm up to no good, so you're trying to find anything that you can because I didn't want to answer your questions.
No. I'm making sure that you're here
so
and you're not posing a threat to anyone. Okay. So hang on, stop.
Okay.
Right? So you're right. Those signs there says no access beyond the public.
At this point, am I being detained?
Hey?
Am I detained at the moment?
No.
Okay, so I'm not detained. All right. Then.
Not at the minute.
So you still haven't identified yourself, seeing as you said you threatened to seize. No, identify yourself because you threatened to seize my phone. So let's go through the identification, prove that you have the power to do so.
Okay.
Andy McDonald, 2249. Is that constable? Or is that sergeant?
Constable.
Constable.
So
I want to know, so I know how to make a complaint. And you are?
I'm Detective Constable Dodds.
You're Detective Constable Dodds.
I'm here with my colleague.
Perfect.
Listen, so. Because we've
have you got your warrant card with you?
Yeah,
please, in your plain clothes, can I see it, please?
We're talking to you right now.
Yes, and if you're talking to me in your capacity, then you need to show me your warrant card. Did you guys learn nothing after Wayne Couzens? Nothing at all? No, because he's just threatened to seize my phone and accuse me of being a terrorist.
No, I said under the terrorist legislation, I might take the device because you were being.
If you suspect me of being a terrorist.
Yeah.
So you suspect me of being a terrorist.
So recording the police buildings at that time, I was thinking he's gone past the signs that say no filming. Now, actually, that thing at the sign at the start says you can film. So happy days, yeah. So I engage with you, and you say you got permission. Would tell me who from.
Right.
I didn't think you were allowed to be here, but actually it does say past this point.
Thank you.
That's good. But at that time I'm thinking, what's he using the footage for? Because we've had people before like filming the doors, the accesses and all that, which obviously is worrying.
Again, are you aware of the memo that was circulated in December by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So I've asked to see the footage. So I've asked to see the footage, and you
I don't have to let you finish. That's the problem.
So you've asked.
Yeah, I've asked you a question. Do you know of the memo from the National Police Chiefs Council? No. Then you should. That is absolutely no excuse. There is every constable, every member of constable in the country is supposed to be fully briefed on this issue.
We've had a look at the footage. It looks like you've just come here to film in the public access, public areas. So if you stay in the public areas, happy day.
And what if I don't? What if I go down there or down there? Then what?
Down there?
Yeah.
Then I expect that you'll be trespassing.
Sure.
And then you'll have to leave.
Okay. And what if I refuse to leave?
Then I'll remove your device because I think you're probably doing something.
So you're going to remove my device for engaging in a civil trespass, although you've just seen the footage.
Because well, I don't know what you're going to. One of the reasons I think you may be going on that, I suspect that you want to sort of look at access and things like that. So that would worry me. So I'd remove that and check the footage, and then see what's on there. If there's anything on there that could sort of give away, I don't know, you put it on YouTube and it shows you access routes and all that lot. Take it to the court. And they might decide.
You really think that would go to the courts? Mate, you would find yourself in civil litigation before you could say shit.
So we'd have a look at that. And if there's nothing on there, then happy days.
Yeah, you'll be the one up in court on civil litigation if you take my phone.
So happy days will get returned to you.
Go for it.
But if not, then you'd be trespassing, you'd be ejected from the site for trespass.
Right.
But if you're staying in the public areas, have a good
you need
afternoon.
to jog on, you need to go home.
Okay,
I think you haven't even shown your warrant card, so you can keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. You're not even going to identify yourself.
So you can,
well, I don't know because you won't identify.
You can stay in the public
You're just another Wayne Cousins, aren't you?
You have a nice day in the...
So yeah, try not to murder anyone, try not to rape anyone, try not to take pictures of anybody in your care. Let's try not to strip search any 14-year-old girls, is what you police like to do. Especially ones like you who refuse to identify.
Oh really?
Yeah. You won't even show your warrant card. It's alright, you're gonna get an IOPC complaint. That's fine. Trying to abuse terrorism act. Considering there's a memo from the Chiefs Council. Yeah, I've got it all on camera. That's fine.
And we can show them the footage. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine. I will show them footage. You're going to abuse your powers despite the memo that you're all supposed to be briefed on. Absolute idiots. So yeah, do your cycle of shame.
Hello. You okay?
Turn the earphones up for a second.
What?
Can we talk to you?
No.
No. What are you doing here?
Can't hear you.
The reason why we've come to speak to you, can you hear me if I shout?
I can't hear you, mate.
Can you take your headphones out and then you can talk to me?
I don't want to take my headphones out, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm quite happy here.
Well, we're going to ask you politely to leave the premises, if that's all right.
You're on private premises?
And yourself?
Well, I don't have to talk to you, you don't have to talk to me. I'm happy to show you my identification.
Yeah.
So you can hear us then, because you've just asked to ask for our identification, so you clearly know what we're talking about, okay? Can I ask for your reason being here? Or you're on private land?
So I'm just trying to lip read.
Okay.
Could you make that a bit more pronounced for me?
You're on private land?
Private land?
Yes.
Right.
This is the police area and you're on private land, so
we're just asking you
I'd be greatly appreciative if you could leave our land, please.
Leave?
Yes.
Why?
Because you don't have no reason to be here, do you? What is your reason for being here?
Again?
What is your reason for being here?
What? I got what?
Is.
Say it again.
Is.
Is.
Your.
Or.
Your. With a Y.
Or.
Your.
What is or?
What we'll do, I know you're recording obviously, so we'll just speak to that and then you can listen to that later. I imagine that's coming through your headphones anyway. But we're coming to speak to you because people have reported that you're taking photos of their personal vehicles while they're leaving.
It's really difficult to live. You've got stains around your lips.
That's nice, you can listen to it about later. So people have complained that you're taking pictures of their personal vehicles and that's caused them some concern because obviously it's a police building and sometimes people do stuff called hostile reconnaissance where they record information about police officers and police staff for sort of malicious purposes basically, excuse me. So that's causing people concern. You're not committing a crime at the minute, but there is obviously a sign that says that there isn't any photography permitted on private property. So asking you nicely to leave. I think it's reasonable to give you an appropriate time in which to do that. So we're going to go away, and what we'd like to do, we'll come back in 10 minutes and we'd like you to have left, all right?
L-E-T A-R-I-A-T. Just bear with me, I'm just in the middle of something. 1984 @gmail.com. Sure.
Could you stop filming? So I understand that you're filming. You're filming here, that's fine. There's a foyer, but you can't film behind the glass, okay? Because there's confidential information.
Well, if there's confidential information behind there, it shouldn't be on view for me to even record in the first place. If it is, you've already broken GDPR by having it on display. Well, then there's nothing to worry about, is there?
Okay, no worries.
So you can leave now.
Just don't film. Don't film behind these 3 walls, but you can't film behind that glass.
And what if I do? I already have, and my delete button's broken.
Your phone.
No, you can't. Seize it for what? Under what legislation?
You're causing a public nuisance.
I'm not causing a public nuisance. I'm recording evidence. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a complaint and I'm recording for evidential purposes.
For what purpose?
I've just told you.
You have to film what the
I've just told you for evidential purposes because I'm making a complaint. I want I want my own record of that. I don't want your record. I want my record of that, and I'm entitled to my record of that.
You are, but you cannot film confidential.
You can have the audio. You can have your phone put down in this, but you cannot be filming behind this.
Why? I don't understand. Why not? Why not?
Because you can't.
What law stops me from doing it?
Because that could be someone's.
If you can tell me a law that stops it.
Conspiracy to cause public nuisance.
Okay.
That is the law.
Okay. So you're saying that there could be public information behind there. Yes. Yeah. If you want to be served, I'm happy to have this conversation here. Right. But okay. So you're saying potentially there could be people's information in there. Right? If that information on display for my camera to pick up, well then what's the issue?
It's on display if you video it.
Okay, if it's on display, as in if anybody walks in and sees it,
but they can't.
Well then I can't see it either. If I can't see it, my camera can't see it. My camera is not magic. It doesn't loop around a bend.
No, but we're just saying, just don't record around and look onto the camera. Onto the laptop.
I'm not. I'm literally holding it. I'm literally holding it like that. That's all I'm doing.
We're just here just to let you know that obviously
I can record anything I can see from a public area. And this is a public area. If I can see it, I can record it.
It's a private area.
But so if I'm stood on the pavement, out on the pavement out there, can I record into your car park?
Absolutely.
But that's a private area.
Okay, but that's not the point. The point is...
Well, you make your mind up.
There's confidential information in the car.
There's no confidential information here.
There is
what confidential information?
There's victims' details. There's police coming back and forth with documents and things.
Well, then they shouldn't be visible to my eye, and if they are, you've already broken GDPR, and you're in the wrong, because the onus is on you to keep that info. Well, then go away. I'm not here to argue. Go.
There's no point arguing.
Go. What's your collar numbers, please?
1626 363.
Thank you.
Of course you can know that. If you make a complaint, please carry on.
Okay. Did you turn your cameras on when you approached? Okay. Why did you not tell me when you approached? Is it your policies? Is it not?
It's not our policy. We just have to tell you not straight away.
At the most practical opportunity.
We've been having a conversation with you. We've been trying to.
And you could have started the conversation with, "Hi, sir. My body camera is on."
What exactly? So if you want to make a complaint, that's absolutely fine, you can do. That's what these people are here for. Stop filming private information.
I'm not filming private information, that's the point. Go back. Okay, as we were saying, sorry. I love your R2D2 pin, by the way, on your tie.
Thank you very much. I'll take it you're not going to give me a telephone number.
No, my email address is fine to contact me on that.
So it's power to the...
Proletariat.
P-R-O-L-T-T.
Give Daniel a shot. You know what I mean? Yeah, Daniel. You know what I mean?
I'm just around here.
Yeah. That's all right. So yeah, well, you'll be on it, man. So,
Hello, sir. How you doing? You alright?
Not bad, sir.
Sir, I just come to have a chat with you. I thought I saw you flying a drone over the Nick.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Just come to chat to you to find out why you're flying a drone over the Nick. What you're doing, sir?
Just exactly what you just said and do.
Yeah, but why over the police station in particular, sir?
Because that's what I'm interested in.
Okay, what is it you're interested in?
I'm just going to move that a little bit. Pardon?
What is it you're interested in, sir? What is it?
Well, I've just told you, haven't I?
You just said the police station.
There you go.
Specific. What is it about the police station you're
I don't need to be specific, do I?
Well, you're flying it over a police station, sir. You're flying a drone. I'm asking you a question. I'm not trying to be difficult with you.
And I'm not trying to be difficult with you, but I don't answer questions to the police, and that's all that needs to be said, isn't it?
Okay, what's your name, sir?
What did I just say?
Can you understand the security behind why we'd be asking questions around people flying drones over the police station?
Not particularly. I think it's quite a common practice these days, to be honest.
Not quite. Is there any particular reason that you're filming outside the police station?
What did I just say? I don't answer questions to the police.
I mean, you're refusing to give details. How do we know you're not conducting hostile reconnaissance at the police station, sir?
How do I know that you're not?
Well, I work there. I'm a police officer.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. You're a perfect man for the inside job, aren't you? Who are you, sorry?
What's your name, sir? I'm PC Fitzgerald from Brixton Police Station, 3081 Alpha Sierra.
Thank you, appreciate it. And yourself, ma'am?
PC McGee, 1520 Alpha Sierra.
Thank you. And yourself, ma'am?
DC Jessup, 306 ahead.
Lovely. Thank you, appreciate it.
What's your name, sir? As we're all telling names now.
Yes, but you're obliged to, aren't you? You know, you're engaging in a stopping account with a member of the public. For accountability purposes, you are obliged to. I'm not under any sort of obligation to give you any details, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it's quite fortunate for me, it's unfortunate for you. But...
Alright, sir, thank you very much for your time. Obviously we will put on what we call a PRIMINT, which is an intelligence report to suggest that you've been flying a drone over the police station.
Right.
And our intelligence team will pick it up. And
okay, I'll do a freedom of information request for that, and I'll request that gets deleted because there's absolutely no criminal need for it, in my opinion. Are you aware of the memo from the National Police Chiefs Council circa December 21? I think it was the 31st. It's been updated twice since then. It should have been circulated to every single police station in the UK. Every single constable should be aware of it. So, to be honest, I honestly don't see the need for you to come out and speak to me because you should be absolutely aware of what's going on.
Alright, sir. Thank you.
And so, just before you go, one more thing. Did any of you turn on your body cameras?
Yeah, mine's on, yeah.
Yeah, is there a reason that you didn't notify me when you turned it on?
No, but we are filming.
You are filming, but there's no reason you didn't tell me.
No, sir.
Okay, IOPC complaints for that then. Thank you.
So what does transparent do for you?
So for me there, buddy.
Can you now leave?
Was that a lawful request?
Yes.
What law am I breaking by being here?
You're filming car parks in this car park.
And what law is that? What law is that breaking?
Trespassing. You need to leave.
And what is trespass a criminal matter? Is it? Is that a criminal offence? See, it's funny because when you think I'm doing something illegal, you come and accost me, but you were too busy to deal with these sorts of things 2 minutes ago when I reported an officer committing offences.
I can't deal. If an officer has committed an offence, I can't deal with that. It's not on my level. It needs to go to a sergeant or higher up or our PSD.
Well, so why don't you take the details, report it to a sergeant, but you're quite happy to come and accost me, but you can't deal with matters?
In the reception.
I don't want to go into the reception. I'm quite happy here.
If you want to discuss it, if you want someone to listen.
I don't want to discuss it. I've discussed it. I walked away after they left. Walked away. We've left it. That's it. She's followed me and accosted me after we've had that discussion in a public area.
This is a private car park.
Right. Yeah, for vehicles. I walked through a footpath that had no signage, nothing, saying no public access. It says no public right-of-way on the road sign for vehicles. A right-of-way applies to roads, not to pedestrian footpaths. There is a pedestrian footpath, no obstructions, no signage. This is a public area. Whether it's private or public property, it's a public area. There's a difference.
What do you want to do? What do you want to gain?
Be left alone.
Okay.
Who are you two? Sorry, you've come in and joined the conversation. Sorry? And what's your name and badge number?
89.
89?
Yeah.
DC, PC, DS?
89.
PC 89. And yourself?
I'm DC 424.
DC 424. And you're both based here? Yeah.
But we're just saying, if you want, we can go over there, but we're just saying this is private property. This is a police car park.
Okay.
It's private property. So if you want to come back over there, by all means, we can go and try and sort out whatever your complaint is, but it's having it in our private property. We're not going to have that. So if you want to come over to the bit, the foyer, no problems at all. We can go and have a chat in there.
But the foyer is private property as well.
Yeah, you can gain access.
I can gain access to this. We've just been through that. We've just been through this. There's nothing for pedestrians. Why not?
Because it's a secure, and it could be, you could pose a security.
Well, it's not secure, is it? If I've just managed to walk in here, it's not secure, is it?
All right.
You say secure, but it's not.
What's the purpose for being on this car park? Because our concern is
I'm making a video.
It's a security breach that we're concerned about. So we're happy to talk to you, but while you're here, we've got concerns about security breaches.
Okay. Do you have a warrant card or an ID card or something? You've given a colour number.
I've told you my colour
Thank
number.
you. Yeah. Yeah. But your plane's close, so I just want to see your warrant card as well.
So I'm willing to listen to you. We're both willing to listen to you and hear what you have to say. But
No, because you're just going to fob me off with the same stuff that the two PCs have.
Private car park.
Okay. So I'll give you a quick synopsis. If a police, so you're a DC, so you're a ranking officer.
No, we're all the same rank.
You just said DC.
Yeah.
That's detective constable. Is that not a higher rank than a police constable? Is it not? Okay, it's just a different area. In that case, then I don't want to talk. Then don't worry. I'll talk to a sergeant if you get me a sergeant. No, she's blocking the road. She's scared to move her vehicle. You've got two other officers. Nice friendly police escort. Ooh, somebody's getting paid a lot of money, got a nice Porsche. Yeah, so the vehicle needs a bit of renovating on the front bumper there. Yeah,
Can you move away from the marked vehicle, please?
Just so you know, guys, this is how far away I am. I'm not, like, anywhere near touching it. Yeah, so these ones are kept quite clean and tidy. Can't really see much, I just get a reflection, but there we go. Interesting. Any more marked vehicles around? No.
That gate you just walk past, you can't walk, it's got a sign to say it's gated for a reason.
Okay. So you see the no entry signs and that one. Like I said, private property, no public right of way. As we discussed, what right of way is not public access. A right of way is relevant to roads. That's what a right of way is a public right of way is a public road that people can access with a vehicle. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm not in a vehicle. I'm not in a vehicle. If it's secure, right? So as you can see there.
Oh, I'm not going through it all with you.
Well,
you're going to try and do the whole. Oh, I know this legislation. I know that. I'm not really that fussed. I've just asked you to leave politely.
And I've declined. Yeah. Cool.
I just don't really see the point in you being here. Like I don't know.
Well, I don't see the point in you being here either. But there we go.
Right, this is my job.
This is my job. I'm at work.
It's my workplace.
Yeah, it's my place. This is my place of work right now as well.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Are you a police officer?
No.
Okay, so what are you doing in a police officer car park?
Working.
Okay. This is a good place of work.
So we've got another PC.
Hello, sir.
Thank you. See, sensible. The most sensible person so far.
Okay.
You're a sergeant?
Yeah, I am. For my
Thank you. Finally. Right. Okay. Well, we'll move away from the PCs because.
Are we alright standing over there so the cars can move around?
Oh well, the cars can move around. I mean, where's the car going to move? Here. It's fine. We've got plenty of room.
It's actually really standing.
We've got plenty of room. I just want to move away from the PCs. To be honest, I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to them. So if you can come with me and like, if you want to talk to me away from the others, that's fine.
What I'm saying, sir, is there's operational police vehicles just moving here.
That's fine. I'm quite conscious of the road. I've managed this.
Have a conversation with you, but can we just do it there?
I've managed this many years.
I'll tell you what. After we finish talking, you want to stand back here for a second? We can. But can we just talk over there?
I'll tell you what.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
We can talk on the path here.
My name's Pete. What's your name?
Pete.
Yes.
And your collar number, Pete?
My name's DS1446. Pete McGill.
DS1446.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you.
What's going on then? How can I help?
Well, literally arrived and witnessed a police constable.
Yes.
Straight away. First thing, as soon as I get here, parked on the roundabout.
Right.
On the double yellows.
Yeah.
Engine on, idling, on his mobile phone.
Right.
So I go and approach.
Yeah.
He winds his window. So I ask him quite bluntly. I say, "Afternoon. Is there a reason you're parked on double yellows with your engine on your mobile phone?"
Yeah.
He says, "I'm doing work. I'm waiting for a prisoner to come out." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Are you on the phone to emergency services?"
Yeah.
"Are you paying at a drive-through?"
Okay.
No, he just rolls his window up.
Right, okay, so you're saying you've seen an officer there, they've been sat there idling it, right?
Yeah, so idling's an offence, idling your vehicle. Being on your phone with the engine on, unless you're on the phone to 999, or paying at a drive-through, those are the exceptions to the new legislation.
Yeah.
Both offences.
Yeah.
And obviously parked on double yellows.
So did you introduce yourself?
I didn't, no. And I'm not, no.
What name would you like me to refer to you as? You don't have to give your name at all, but...
You can call me Sir, or Power. You can call me Power. Yeah.
Power?
Yeah. Let's go with Power, yeah.
I'll go with Sir, because Power just...
I didn't think you'd like it, that's why I said it, that's why I gave it as an option. I didn't think you would.
Mr. Power, does that sound right to you?
Mr. Power, that'd be good. No, my ego's not that big, don't worry.
Well, you've got yourself Power, you can have a little one. Right, okay. Basically, mate, you are absolutely entitled to film any vehicles you want around here, not a problem. If officers want to speak to officers, that's not an issue. The other thing I'd say is this area of the car is a private car park.
It is.
So if you wanted to literally step on that pavement there and film my officers, film the cars, there's not an issue whatsoever.
So that's fine. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So the discussion I was trying to have with them, or trying to tell them, right? So they're saying it's secure, it's restricted. You got the gates and all of that. I said, and that sign up there says private property, no public right of way. A right of way is a public road. Right, it's not a public pavement. A right of way is
But this is a private.
Yes, okay, but I'm getting to that bit. Okay, bear with me. So yes, it's private, but in a private premises, you can still have a public area. A public area does not define whether it's public property or not.
A public area.
Okay, so
as to check.
No. So as I've walked up towards the reception area, and then I've literally walked through here.
Yeah.
No signage for pedestrians saying private property, no public access. That would be the key.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, it is private property. Until I was asked to leave.
Yeah.
It's publicly accessible. It's still public area. It's still a public area. It's still publicly accessible. The only thing is, you have the right to repeal that implied right of access.
Yes, and you know what? Don't disagree with anything you've just said there, Mr. Power. Not a problem. I agree the signage should be better here.
Yeah.
But equally, you're here to do an audit. I'm guessing that's your role.
Well done.
To do that, yes. It's not my first time around the rodeo. I know what you can and can't do. And I've got an absolute issue. Anything you've described so far, I don't have a problem with. In terms of the officer, and if you've had an issue, if you filmed something, if you do want to make a complaint about that...
I don't want to go through online. I was told a sergeant could deal with it. I've got his collar number, I've got his name. I want to report that to you now. If you want to take down his details, then you can deal with it.
Right.
We've got a sergeant. I'd essentially leave it to the sergeant, to be honest. Sergeant's probably better equipped for this. How are you doing, sergeant?
Not necessarily. Good morning. How can I help?
Who are you? Sorry, sergeant.
My name's Sergeant Leaper.
And your collar number there, sergeant?
154 Charlie Echo.
154 Charlie Echo. Lovely. Thank you. You're based here, are you?
Yep.
Brilliant. Cool. Thank you. So once this is gaggle of whatever is all dissipated, I would like to report something to you. But yeah.
Okay. You don't get to tell me who can and can't stay here. If you're not willing to speak to me here, in person, you can make an appointment. But what I was told is an issue with a driving offence originally. Is that correct?
Yes, there is. So that's been reported to you. Yes, yeah. So that's why I was reading out your registration, because they were in the vehicle that you were in now at the time.
Okay. So what issue do you have with someone's driving?
So when I arrived here at Bethnal and I came out of the tube station, you got the Sainsbury's local just down the road there.
Yeah.
There were two constables parked on double yellow lines opposite side of the road with their lights on. So I thought, oh, maybe something's going on. So I stood around to see what's going on. And I see them going to the Sainsbury's. So I thought, oh, maybe something's happened at the Sainsbury's. So I start recording, and turns out they just went in to buy their lunch. Now, obviously, that's not acceptable for constables to use their lights, to park on double yellow lines, to go buy their lunch. I understand that you need breaks. I understand that you need to eat. You're human. I get it. But you're not allowed to abuse your lights in order to do that, are you? Okay. As soon as they realised that I was recording their vehicle, the female driver comes out, turns the lights off, moves the vehicle. I see the male constable walking down the road, so I follow him and I ask him, why did that happen? He's like, oh, I wasn't the driver. I was like, doesn't matter. You had every right to say to the driver, let's not park here, let's find somewhere proper to park and let's not abuse our lights. I tried to get the collar number of the female driver. I tried to get her collar number and ask her why she was doing that. Okay. Just blank refused to even acknowledge me, basically. Okay. And yeah, it was in the registration of the vehicle that these two just came in, and it was at 11:37. Okay. Okay. Well,
that's something I can do. It's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you come round the back trying to film officers going in and out of the station.
No, you're making an assumption that that's what I was recording, aren't you?
Okay. Well, what were you doing here then? Because you said we're told to wait in the front, officer was coming around to deal with you, and then you come round here. So I can only make an assumption that you're trying to do something that you were asked to wait, and I was coming down to deal with you. So. Well,
they said it would be a long wait, so I thought I'd come round here for a bit and wait, and then go back round and.
But then, the logic then is, if you leave and you come back again, you can't expect to be in the same position in the queue.
Ah, fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So why are you here waiting then instead of waiting around at the front?
Because she said it would be a long wait.
Okay. But then, why did you come down here to wait instead of wait back in the front office?
Because this is where I wanted to stand and wait.
Okay. There are specific prohibitions around police stations.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
What prohibitions are those? That's the word you were looking for.
Okay, yeah. I don't need to tell them to you verbatim.
Well, no, but if you can give me the gist of what they are and give me some sort of legislation.
It's sort of like, without going off the top of my head, I don't know exactly.
Exactly, because it's bullshit and you're making it up off the top of your head.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Sergeant. Well, don't talk shit.
Why don't you let me finish and I'll explain? It's like, for example, Palace of Westminster. You can't just walk into Palace of Westminster.
Not into, no.
Exactly.
But I can film it from the outside.
The same thing as a police station. You're not allowed to just wander around police station, linger outside.
Yes, you are. There's no offensive loitering in this country. I'm in public, on a public pavement. So yes, I can stand here for as long as I want to do. Filming and photography is not a crime. Okay. I can stand here and do that for as long as I want to do it.
Okay, but if you don't give a valid reason for that, then we have to look at it in a negative light, don't we?
No, you're making inferences on somebody's, what's the word, standing up for their right to privacy, right to private thoughts, and you're making negative inferences from that. Only a court and a jury can do that. You're not under the power to do that. You're not.
But you can see where it's suspicious.
No.
Okay.
What I think suspicious is 5 constables coming out and accosting a man for doing illegal activity. I think it's intimidating. I think there's no need for it. You could have come out by yourself or with your partner. 2 people would have been sufficient. Do I look like a big guy? Do I look like I'm going to try and fight you?
Sufficiency, that's up to me to decide.
Well, it's up to me to decide how long is sufficient for me to stand here doing what I'm doing, isn't it? Any of you recording me, by the way? All of you. Is there any reason and none of you verbally announced that you're recording me? Yes, you do.
No, you
College of Policing.
No, you don't.
Home Office.
No, you don't.
The Metro. Do you want me to bring up I'll tell you what, I've actually got this on my phone because I looked at it this morning, all right? I will bring it up for you. Files. Skip. Docs. All right. This is from the Metropolitan Police, not just any force. All right, okay. This is from September 2020. This was a review date of it, so it's not that long ago.
2 years. Okay.
But yeah, but not like I said, the 2014 is the College of Policing one, so it's more recent than that. It's recent enough. Okay. All police officers and police staff, including the extended police family and those working voluntarily. Oh, sorry, so that's the wrong paragraph. Here we go. Body-worn video is an overt system and should not be used for covert recording other than in exceptional circumstances and where the necessary authorities have been granted. As body-worn video is overt recording, officers must declare, wherever possible, when they are commencing audio and video recording during each and every encounter.
Wherever possible.
And where has it not been possible in this situation? Have you come out and tackled me to the ground, detaining me physically? You've had every opportunity. Well, you're not actually recording, so you don't have a camera. But all 5 of you, since we've been here, have had every opportunity to come. Hi, sir. Just to let you know, you're being audio and visually recorded for my protection and your protection. And that's all pretty much all you need to say, isn't it?
If you let me finish.
No, I don't want to let you finish. Sergeant, go away. I'm done with you. No, you're dismissed.
No, you don't get to dismiss.
I do get to dismiss you.
If you dismiss me, that's not your capacity to say. It's an inspector or above. Okay, you are not my boss.
I mean, I kind of pay your wages, though, don't I?
You don't pay my wages.
I do. How do I not?
Money pays their wages.
Yeah, and you're accusing me of not paying my tax.
Okay, but we police on behalf of Her Majesty's government.
And His Majesty's government.
That's correct, my mistake. Her Majesty's government.
His Majesty's government, you just said it again.
Okay, Her Majesty. His Majesty's
there
government.
We go.
Not for you.
Have you been drinking today, Sergeant? Your cognitive abilities appear to be impaired.
No, I haven't been drinking.
Are you sure? Would you submit to a breathalyzer?
Yes, I would submit to a breathalyzer.
Because somebody got a breathalyzer, please?
They're not for... not for roadside tests. We're not a roadside, it's not a roadside test.
Okay. So you wouldn't submit to one, if they were willing to go get one, you wouldn't submit to it then, because you're saying you would, but then you're saying tell them not to go get one.
These officers, you do not have the power to compel anyone to do a breathalyzer test.
You don't have the power to compel me to do anything, but you're still stood here trying to give me directives, trying to make up bullshit.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Make up bullshit.
No, not at all.
Make up bullshit.
He simply asked you why, when you were trying to make a complaint at front office, he's come round to the back.
Because I told you that's where I wanted to stand.
Okay, but we're trying to understand why.
Well, you can continue to understand what you want to try and understand.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen now. I'm going to tell you the details that you've got of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go and deal with that.
Well, I mean, he's just come in on it, so he can show you exactly. It's BX18, I can't... BZA, I think? Possibly.
Again, please?
Right, I'll wait for the motorbike to go. It's a nice bike, though, actually.
See, my issue...
Suzuki, nice.
My issue with that, for example, that might
Handle
be a
guards.
vehicle.
Handle guards, nice. Right.
So he has a right to privacy,
but
he doesn't have a right for you to film him coming out of his place of work.
So can I request that police officers never film my registrations?
If they have a valid policing reason for so, they can.
But you don't, do you? Because you walk around, you literally drive around with the ANPR cameras on while your vehicles are running. So you're not driving around with a specific reason. Number plates are owned by the DVLA, not by people. They are in the public domain. They are there for a reason. There is no offence of filming somebody's number plate.
Okay, the ANPR cameras on vehicles, there's a very limited amount. I guarantee you there's only maximum 2 vehicles in there that have access to that system. And they're not on all the time.
Okay.
Officers have to do a specific training course to have access to the system, the ANPR system. It's like a login system.
So what are you assuming that I can do with that number plate?
Well, I don't know. For example, you can find out where the officer lives. He has a right to privacy.
How can I find out where he lives? All I can check is whether that vehicle is MOT'd and taxed. That's all I can find out legally. So unless you're implying that I'm trying to do something illegal, and at which point I suggest you to caution me. Under your pace, if you think I'm doing something illegal and committing offence, you need to caution me.
Officers have a right to privacy. Okay?
Not in public, they don't. No more than anybody else. You're all recording me now, and I've never said that you can't. The only issue I had is that none of you let me know. I'm not saying you can't record me, because I am in public, and under common law, you're allowed to do it. Same way that I'm allowed to do it.
Which I'm assuming you're doing now?
Pardon?
I'm assuming you're doing now?
That's my business.
Okay. So
I don't have a policy, and I'm not covered by GDPR. You guys are.
What's the registration of this vehicle?
I think it was Bravo... I don't know what X is. What's X? What's the...
X-ray.
X-ray, there we go. That makes sense. 18... Bravo Zulu Alpha, I believe. And as I said, this Constable 3768 Charlie Echo was just driving in on it, so I'm sure he can show you exactly which one it was on the way in.
I will go and deal with that then. Do you want the details of what's happened to that recorded? Would you like to have a notification of what's the result of that?
No, because you're going to want details for it.
Well,
yeah, exactly. Exactly, so no.
So is there anything else I can help you with today?
I mean, like I said, you can leave about 20 minutes ago.
If I leave all the officers to leave in, what are you going to do now?
As I've already said to Susan, I'm going to take a drone over.
You can't fly a drone over?
I absolutely can.
No, you can't.
I absolutely can.
No, you can't. That's protected.
It's absolutely not.
It is.
It's funny that, because the CAA, Altitude Angel and NATS all completely disagree with you on that one. Are you going to argue with that? Are you going to argue with the Civil Aviation Authority?
What I'm going to do is find the police protection.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the weight of your drone out of curiosity?
That's my business as well.
If it's over 250 grams, then you can't...
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
Especially over people.
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
Which there are people in the...
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
I'm sure you are. That's why I was asking what drone it is.
Yeah. And I know what drone it is, and I know that I'm within legislation, so I'm fine.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. You guys got a shit reputation here, and this is why people keep coming. And this is exactly why people keep coming. This situation right here.
So, trespass protected sites, sections 128 to 131, the Serious Organised Crime Police Selection Act 2005.
Yeah, police stations aren't involved in that, I'm afraid. There's a list of about 7 places in the UK that are covered by that. MI6 would be one of them, for example.
It's Crown lands.
Yeah, not all Crown land. Specific Crown land. And I suggest you look up which sites are protected. I can guarantee you none of these are. And plus, you don't own the airspace. So flying a drone over would not count as trespassing. The only time that flying a drone over would count as trespassing is if I were within a airspace which you would be expected to reasonably enjoy as part of your premises, which I would say from the top of your building down, I would say would be reasonably within your expectation to enjoy your airspace. Higher than that, it wouldn't be trespassing. So try again, Sergeant. Don't make up bullshit.
Okay.
You're not going to win this.
Isn't there something about you've got to be able to see the drone and where it is at all times?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how can you see that when you're next to the wall?
Because do you know how angles work?
Yes, I do.
Right, okay. So imagine this, right? I'm not approaching you in an aggressive way, right? But imagine this, right? I'm stood here. I can't see horizontally, right? But if I'm flying a drone and the drone's up there, right, I've got a pretty good line of sight. If I go to the other side of the street, that gives me a greater angle and a greater line of sight. That's how maths works. Would you like any more free lessons? Or should I start charging you?
Not patronise me, to be honest.
Well, I'd rather you bugger off. And stop talking shit that you don't know anything about. Don't make up legislation to try to stop me from getting doing illegal activity.
What I would say is that I believe if you are caught with a drone, you have to provide the licence.
Nope, only if you suspect me of committing there's a very specific list of offences under the ANO 2016 which you would need to reasonably suspect me of committing for you to be able to demand any sort of information. So, again, just stop talking shit. Yeah.
I'm asking a question, I'm sorry. I'm not talking shit.
It's not my job to stand here and educate you on the law, is it? I know my law because I read up on it. It's embarrassing that when a member of the public knows more about legislation than you do. Embarrassing. You're a sergeant.
Yes, and we have a very wide range of issues to deal with.
Yeah, you do.
I don't have access to drone information.
Well, perhaps when you looked up your phone about the trespassing issue, which you were trying to enforce about the drone, perhaps you should try looking up legislation before you start throwing it out and actually seeing if your suspicions and what you may think is actually accurate before you start going accusing members of the public of doing shit wrong. How about that for a start?
Are you finished?
No, I'm not. I'm not finished until you bugger off.
Well, if you're allowed to stand here, I want to stand here.
Well, the longer you stand here, the longer I'm standing here, so I've got all day, to be honest with you. You really think like your inspector's going to think this is a very useful way of using your time? Absolutely disgusting. Bethnal Green again. Let's try and get a nice smile, boys. That's it, fold your arms. Really defensive and professional. Body language counts for a lot.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the way that you're crossing your arms and coming across very defensive, it's not very open and inviting to a member of the public, is it?
What's your opinion?
No, I'm actually a psychologist, so I actually know a lot about body language. Yeah, I am by training, so yeah. See, this constable has it right, standing very professionally. You've been very quiet throughout most of the interaction, and you're actually acting a lot more professional. Oh, hiccup. I find it really funny that you always get this shit with the MPS. Most other forces are really getting on with it. But MPS are just the slowest force to learn. No wonder you guys are under special measures.
I would say you are being quite offensive in two of my colleagues were stabbed over the weekend.
Pardon?
Two of our colleagues were stabbed over the weekend.
Right.
And we've just done the largest police operations since the 1950s with regards to the Queen's funeral.
Okay.
Just say your demeanour comes across, as you said, as a psychologist, as quite disrespectful when officers do put their lives on the line.
I don't owe any respect to anybody who's going to come out authoritatively with directives and not approach in the right way. I'm actually quite an amenable person. You come to me with the respect that a member of the public deserves from a constable, and you'll get that back from me. You come out the way your constables came out, you're going to get this from me. So you will get the respect that you give. You don't automatically deserve respect. And if you're not in a headspace to approach a member of the public properly because of the job that you've been doing, you need to take personal leave for a personal day, because it is your job to come into work every single day and treat every single member of the public with the respect that they deserve, regardless of what else you've been doing on duty, regardless of it.
Okay, so I think you'll find that we spoke to you and asked you what you were doing here.
Yeah, and exactly. And when I decided that I didn't want to tell you, I didn't raise my voice at you at that point. At that point, I said, I don't want to answer you. I don't want to tell you anything. No, but then at that point, you keep pushing, you keep trying to give directives, and then your sergeant comes out trying to make up bullshit, and I won't have it. I won't be intimidated out of exercising my rights. It just won't happen. It's never going to happen.
I think we've done what we can do here.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck all. So yeah, it's called the Walk of Shame. You should cover that pin, Sergeant. That wasn't very secure, was it? I'll blur that out, don't worry.